Geminis.
I'm seeing people in the chat throw up 1K, so I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Well, people are piecing out, so you know what I mean? Like they don't want to hear other people's sign. They just want to hear their own sign and bounce. That's fine. But then you fuck it up for everybody else wanting to have that 1K collective reading. So way to go. Congratulations. All right, Gemini, let's see what's cracking for you this week. Ace of Swords reversed. I am free as your... I am free of your bullshit. I think that's your issue. I think that, you have become... It's like embodying Lilith a little bit. Like, I am feeling like you've created an environment of, like, having your own way in many ways. I mean, but I would say that with Mercury in your 6th house opposing Uranus in the 12th, you're missing out on a lot. It's almost like the ideas in which you are putting into the reality of, especially with Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn in your 8th house, of trust issues, to Mars retrograde in your 11th house, to the sun in your 5th house. It's like there's a love world that's trying to happen, and you need to put everything of integration, but you have separation issues right now. You're separating a lot of different things in your environment and your reality. Wow, you pulled the 9 of Cups as your challenge. You're missing out on all the emotions. You're only allowing yourself to indulge in just certain places and not everything. You're not willing to incorporate all feelings. So you're only incorporating the feelings you want, but any feeling that you don't want to go through that has anything, the whole part of getting the abundance of good luck, especially in positive aspects of the 9 of Cups, is you have to embody all emotion and bring it all to one place where you finally understand it and are content. But there's something about you not willing to, and especially seeing that Ace of Swords, and especially I am free of your bullshit. I think that's a negative place to be. Or there are some Geminis who are sitting into some straight bullshit right now and they're indulging in that, and that's a problem. But I feel that, there's a lot more of this kind of like separatism going on. Isolation. You did pull the Hermit. I knew you were crotchety and acting old and kind of running away right when it gets to the good stuff. You're running away. It's like running away from the fear of what's happened to you in the past and wanting to go retreat into some weird place. That's not going to work. Well, and you got this whole regret. I think that you do regret not wanting to incorporate things. And so you're too afraid to face the regret and just realize that we all have regrets, but we also don't want to live those regrets, right? Like the worst thing that we can do in life is continue to live a regret, because then we didn't experience. It's the number one thing that people say in their deathbed is, I regret not doing this. I regret not doing that. I know there's a past life regression I went through that I regretted in a relationship, not paying attention to the kids and not paying attention to my wife and the queen, right? And like going out just to battle the whole time. So, well, I know what that feels like from past life regression, and I can tell you it's not worth it. Well, you pulled the Justice reversed. So you were in a place of imbalanced fairness, and you feel maybe that you haven't gotten what you want, but this is I'm going to be honest, this is kind of like a negative aspect of feeling like how you present the story is like so much crap, when really it's more like you're afraid to face a real adjustment in your life to get you to the real place you want to go. And you're almost like in an imbalanced state and thinking that you're in a fucking perfect balanced state when it's quite the opposite. It's like being like an oxymoron. Especially that Mars retrograde and for Pluto. Look at that greed. You're so hungry for your own isolation into your own crotchety world and control of your own world and being into your own space, or you're obsessed with just making money or just projects right now and then running out, and you're missing out. You're having a ton of regret about, you're missing the whole enchilada here with the rice and the beans and the flan and the margarita with the salt. Don't get too excited, Craig.
Shaking.
There's a lot of reflection that needs to be done in Geminis and where they are missing out, because that you have totally gone into a new space of denial of the great shit. I think it's good to have self-worth. I think that this is beyond that place now. This is like where it's like stubbornness to the core. Like, and defining your love life through stubbornness. Look at this. Your overall is Jupiter return of benefits. And that only happens when you explore and you open up to the gifts that are there to receive and the benefits that are there. And you've got, as your challenge to get through this, you need to open up to the gifts to incorporate that Nine of Cups. But there you are regretting things because you're afraid to go through something that could be what? Maybe a regret? Well, that's called risk. And I think your deepest fear with Jupiter, Pluto, Saturn in your 8th is taking risks. It's more better to receive by taking a risk than it is to regret not taking any action at all and receiving nada. You pulled Aries, 12th house, Mars. You're definitely clearing out a lot of your subconscious ego issues this week. And you know exactly what you want, but you are clouding that with other things and escaping into other places. And you're too afraid. You're in denial of facing what you really spiritually want in your life. Love-wise.
Take it from a Scorpio that the great regret would be not knowing, not asking and not actually getting to the bottom of some situations. Don't let it be unspoken. Whatever it is, it needs to be kind of divulged out into the universe. It needs to be brought to light. So whatever it is that you need to know to allow yourself to move forward, you need to address that. You need to feel confident in yourself that whatever that message is going to be, whatever that outcome is going to be, that you're going to make it, that you are going to be able to progress forward. But not knowing, that's going to eat you alive. So address those issues, and address the greatness also, address the appreciation that you feel. Lead with that too.
Yeah, I would just say that I like what you said. I'm getting to this really deep core here of a lot of Geminis in complete fear of receiving the greatest shit of their life and pushing it away and running away, and also accepting crappy situations when they know what the good stuff is, but it's like staying safe, playing it safe, making unjustified issues come up that are not true. Especially when you see that Ace of Swords reversed with Justice reversed. It's like building a case that has no evidence because it's just a case that just keeps you away from love. Or there are some Geminis that are not getting that and they need to go. And I would say if there has not been a break up or a break in a relationship for a Gemini and they haven't faced that stuff, yeah, like maybe it's time for it to be finally fucking looked at for real. But I feel like a lot of Geminis have kind of washed away, trying to wash away, or like what do they call that when Miss Hillary fucking whitewashed the files?
She wiped them clean.
It's like Geminis have like wiped clean a lot of situations that have wiped their own heart clean now. And they don't know what the hell they're doing now and how to deal with it. And they're also staying in some weird story of bouncing out. That Hermit with that card in the Vampir's deck just bounces out with the flame. And then it has like a dog standing by to make sure you don't follow it. Good luck. Because you won't get shit by being that way.